Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for
During a news conference at a mass vaccination site in Yonkers on Wednesday, Governor Andrew Cuomo touted the importance to continue vaccinations, ultimately announcing that New Yorkers 60 years of age and older can get vaccinated at more than a dozen state-run mass vaccination sites without the need for an appointment. According to NBC New York News, he said, stressing that those 60 years and older can get vaccinated without prior appointments at 16 walk-in vaccination sites across the state starting Friday, April 23.
New York State is the first state in the nation that started that public safety reform, mandating that communities come up with a reform plan in light of the George Floyd killing. But it's just the start. If communities need laws changed from the state, tell us. But otherwise, community by community, let's reform public safety and understand that peace was done, justice was done with George Floyd. But until we change the system, there will be another, and another, and another. Today we're at the Yonkers mass vaccination site, which has done a really fantastic job. The mass vaccination sites are the most effective vaccination sites in the state of New York in terms of numbers that are just produced. As I mentioned before, the National Guard does a fantastic job. I want to thank Mayor Spano personally for his help and his administration's help in making this site work. 50,000 vaccinations, just think about that. It's an extraordinary accomplishment. The only way to address and defeat COVID and crush COVID is to get the vaccination. We have to reach herd immunity. And that is important, and I can't say it enough, and we can't do enough, and it takes all of us. But it also takes people to come forward and take the vaccine. It is safe. 12 million doses just in the state of New York. It's being administered around the world. It is safe. Everybody is eligible. There are no excuses now not to get the vaccine. And today, we're taking even an additional step, where for people who are over 60 years old of age, you don't even need an appointment to get a vaccine. You can just walk in to any of the mass vaccination sites across the state and walk in and they will give you the vaccine. You don't have to go on the internet, you don't have to make a phone call, you don't have to do anything. Just show up at the vaccination site if you're 60 plus and they will give you a vaccine. Why 60 plus? Because the older you are, the more susceptible you are to harm from the virus. So, for people over 60 years old, I'm one of them. Really, no excuses. Just show up, and that starts this Friday. But at the end of the day, government can only do what government can do. We can set up the vaccination sites. The National Guard can be heroic. All the health officials can do their job. The mayor can do his job. The county executive can do his job. The Senate Majority Leader can do her job. But it's up to you to come and get the vaccine. You heard it. Get vaccinated for yourself, for your family, for your community. No excuses. 60 plus. You don't even need to make a phone call. Just walk up, get the vaccine at any of these sites.
The sites are Kodak Hawkeye Parking Lot, 1345 St. Paul Street, Rochester, New York. New York State Fair Site, 581 State Fair Boulevard, Syracuse, New York. Washington Avenue Armory, 195 Washington Avenue, Albany, New York. Crossgate Mall, former Lord and Taylor Lower Level, 1 Crossgates Mall Road, Albany, New York. Suffolk County Community College, Brentwood, Suffolk Federal Credit Union Arena, 1001 Crooked Hill, Brentwood, New York. Aqueduct Racetrack, Racing Hall, 110-200 Rockaway Boulevard, South Ozone Park, New York. New York National Guard Armory, 2 Quincy Place, Yonkers, New York. SUNY Old Westbury, Clark Center, Gate C, Store Hill Road and Cherry Road, Old Westbury, New York. Medgar Evers College, Carroll Building, 231 Crown Street, Brooklyn, New York. York College, 160-2 Liberty Avenue, Jamaica, Queens, New York. Javits Center, 429 11th Avenue, Manhattan, New York. Yankee Stadium, 1E 161 Street, The Bronx, New York. SUNY Binghamton, 10 Gannett Drive, Johnson City, New York. Delavan Grider Community Center, 877 East Delavan Avenue, Buffalo, New York. Rochester Dome Arena, 2695 East Henrietta Road, Henrietta, New York. SUNY Polytechnic Institute, Wildcat Fieldhouse, 880 Wildcat Drive, Utica, New York. Every day our state moves closer to a post-pandemic future by vaccinating more New Yorkers, and we're building on that momentum by making it easier for our residents to get vaccinated, expanding eligibility and opening new vaccination sites across the state, Cuomo said. We're taking that effort a step further in making the vaccine more accessible to older New Yorkers by allowing Walkins to get vaccinated at 16 mass vaccination sites. A robust vaccination program is vitally important to the public health, and we're working 24/7 to get shots in arms, protect New Yorkers and move the state forward. According to state officials, New York will set aside of vaccines for this expanded vaccination access. There may be a wait for those opting to walk in at some sites depending on demand. Additionally, all proof of identity and insurance information, if applicable, will be needed. Desk report. Bongshai News.